Alright guys, so first step on this process is getting the old engine out. Just about got it all separated here and ready to pull, but I was gonna just go over a few things. You definitely want to make sure you just label every wire, and if there's any hoses that are confusing, depending on what you're swapping, you just want to make sure you label everything. So I got most of the coolant sensor, pull the sensor out so you don't forget it in the engine. Same thing, oil pressure, anything you need for a tach to work, that kind of stuff. It's just so nice because you never know. I mean, a couple weeks down the road and you will forget, or at least I do. So make sure you just know where everything's at. This thing's got some nice big supply lines there for the fuel, so that's nice. Shouldn't be any problem at all running the factory lines. And yeah, we'll see, but there's already a lot of room in here, and I'm excited to see what it looks like with no V8 in here. So here we go. Alright, the engine is out. I was gonna get a video of pulling it out, but we ended up doing it really fast between ice fishing trips, and it honestly just popped right out of there. It's nice having this much room to work. Couple of things I forgot to mention is like the air conditioner lines here. I definitely taped those up. We're not sure if we're gonna run the AC or not, but like I said earlier when I was doing my Toyota swap, definitely like to plan for every what if you can, because it would have been nice to have the Toyota more set up for it. And another thing, if you guys are going to be rolling your swap vehicle around in a shop or something, one thing I've found is if you take and run the power steering lines together, that saves you from squirting a bunch of power steering fluid everywhere. Figured that out on the Toyota. So yeah, that's definitely a nice perk. I kind of surprised the firewall and the transmission tunnel there is really low. I've got it jacked up about as tight as it can be. There is some room to fold it's got like a pinch weld on the bottom, so we can get a little more, maybe another ½ inch, but even then it's pointing up just a little bit. And interestingly enough, this Chevy has quite a U shape right here. It's almost exactly the same size as the TDI oil pan. So with the Northwest Fabworks adapter at an extra 2 inches thick, we should be about 18 inches to the front of the oil pan, which as you can see is right there, just past those Chevy motor mounts. We're gonna set it in there and see where those line up with the pre-made motor mounts, see if we can figure something out there, because it would be really nice to reuse these. But anyway, once you go out that far, and it's kind of hard to tell what's exactly level, but it's about a couple inches above the motor mounts here. And then going down, it looks like we've got probably 9 or 10 inches of room to here. And I mean, plenty of room as long as we center it in between these motor mounts here. It really looks like it's going to fit in there really well. And we might not even need to mess with the firewall at all. So unfortunately, Northwest Fabworks is currently waiting on metal, so they don't have that set up yet. So we're going to be waiting a little bit to get that. So we're kind of at a standstill there. I've got this set up in the 2-post here, so we're gonna lift it up and get the exhaust out and see what else we can clean up here. The transmission lines were leaking a little bit, so we're gonna get that squared away. We're gonna pull off this grill here, and I think I had said this earlier, but they put this auxiliary transcooler in there. I don't know if we can keep it, or we'll just have to see. We may not even need it, but we're gonna see what we can do to get an intercooler in here. And there's quite a bit of room. Kind of hard to see back there, but there's quite a bit of room there even before the headlights to turn and come through the wall here. We'll have to cut it out obviously, but it looks like there's quite a bit of room to fit an intercooler in here. We'll see what we can manage. I'm going to get this pulled off and try to find the biggest one I can to fit in here and get started on that while we're waiting on the adapter, and yeah, go from there. So we'll probably be tearing the car apart in the next video, but yeah, it's pretty exciting. I mean, obviously there's a ton of room in here, other than trying to not have to do too many modifications on the firewall. It's surprising how low that is, like I said, but we'll get it and we'll see. Got everything pretty well ready to go, so stay tuned, guys.